High volume. High volume.
Come rewind it. Girl, I get the money if you make you mine. If you're loving every night, you make you mad. Now only you give me love and make me nice, nice, nice. I have to make you mine.
Girl, I love you, plus I never make you minus. If I let you smoke it, you gon' lose my lighter. If you paranoid, then I'ma spend the night.
You think that I love you every day.
Welcome back to my channel, Talk with Tutor Janae. As you all can read by the title, Nike in Memphis, Tennessee, one of their biggest business, one of the biggest company that they have in Memphis, Tennessee, might be closing very soon. I don't know how soon, but they did send a message out to their employees, which I think is very true, which I do think they are going to close because the crime rate. That's my first thought when I heard about this. All I thought about the crime rate. Because you guys, who want to have a big business in Memphis, Tennessee when the crime rate keep going up and up and up? I know because I used to stay in Memphis for 20 plus years. And when I first moved to Memphis, Tennessee was so beautiful. They had so much there. They had Liberty Land, Mall in Memphis. They used to have this football stuff going on for the college team during September. Southern Classic, I think that's what it was called. They used to have that. Memphis used to be popping. Plus they have Bill Street. Back in the day, it used to be popping. They used to have a lot of people come there for concert, and over the years, Memphis crime rates went up slowly for surely. And now, this day, Memphis crime rates are very high. And most of the crime rate is coming from the young children, you all. So that come from parents. That come from the household and the parent. So that's why I think Nike is trying to move to another state because of the crime rate. You can't tell me that it's not why they trying to move. But this right here will affect a lot of people because once the other big companies see Nike move, trust me, they gonna be thinking about moving. It might not be fast, but they gonna be slowly moving as well. Now, Memphis, Tennessee have FedEx Express. What is Memphis going to do without FedEx Express if they decided to leave? Plus UPS if they decided to leave. Man, this right here is crazy. But I don't want to talk too long. Let me let y'all watch this video and at the end leave a comment section. Let me know what you all think about this.
Sent to your news leader says Nike could be closing facilities off Lamar and Shelby Drive. WRG Shay Arthur is live tonight after working to get answers. And Shay, what'd you find out?
Greg, Stephanie, a Nike employee tells me this could potentially affect hundreds of jobs, but those cuts couldn't be happening potentially until the end of next year. Nike, a big brand in the Bluff City, employing thousands for years at multiple locations. But in what an employee tells us is a new memo shared with workers from the company, changes could be coming to at least 2 facilities. The memo reading in part, in January, we announced deliberate steps Nike is taking to help us better support the business and create a more resilient supply chain. Part of this work is staying open to opportunities and being ready to activate. Driving speed and efficiency into how we move product across our geo with a new lease distribution center in Atlanta, Georgia, saying moving operations to that location will happen in 2 phases. The second phase will focus on transitioning volume from Shelby. At the end of this phase, 2028, the Shelby DC will close. Also writing, we know this kind of change is significant and the news is hard. An employee we talked with said this will affect the facilities off Lamar and Shelby Drive. The memo makes no mention of the site in Raleigh.
You know, it's all part of the economy, part of, providing jobs for our communities, and, it's a good brand to have in the market. So, yeah, it's very important to the ecology of the Memphis economy.
Earlier this year, we reported nearly 600 layoffs that happened at the Raleigh and Shelby Drive locations. As Business Insider reported, the job cuts came as Nike pursues more, quote, advanced technology and automation in its distribution centers. Tennessee State Representative Antonio Parkinson hopes more cuts aren't to come.
You know, I hope that we can, you know, make sure that we keep people that are employed with Nike employed, hopefully permanently, not through temps, and you know, give people an opportunity at improving their quality of life. You know, these jobs, especially if they're decent paying jobs, you know, they lead to home ownership. Also, people utilizing them or spending their money in our communities in the Memphis area, and it all adds, you know, to our economy and to our GDP.
Yeah, and Stephanie Gray, Nike would not confirm that memo or facility closures, but they did tell us this in a statement saying the lease of a new third-party operated distribution center in Atlanta is part of the work we announced in January to strengthen and streamline our operations through supply chain rebalancing and consolidation. For your news leader, we're live in Southeast Shelby County tonight. Shay Arthur, WREG News.
Also, you guys, I forgot to mention, early this year, Nike was planning on laying off at least 700 people this year. I don't know if they did lay off 700 people, but they was planning on laying off 700 people from 2 of their locations. As you all can see, I did Google Nike warehouse in Memphis, Tennessee layoff. As you all can see, this what Google pop up right here. Permanent layoff starting April 3rd, 2026. So that means they have been laying off since April 3rd, 2026. And then they said during this time, people need their jobs. So I pray for the ones that don't get laid off and they ask them to relocate. Go ahead and relocate out of Memphis, Tennessee. You definitely not missing out on nothing in Memphis, Tennessee. Nobody want to visit Memphis, Tennessee nowadays because of the crime rate. And next, they might be closing down FedEx Forum next. And FedEx Forum haven't been up that long. So yeah. Let me know in the comment section what you all think about this.
Nike announced it is laying off more than 500 workers at the Memphis location on New Fraser Boulevard, a major employer in Fraser. And an official notice was sent to the Tennessee Department of Labor. According to the notice, 583 workers are facing permanent layoffs that will take effect on April 3rd. The workforce development team says it'll be working with those employees affected by the layoffs. The news comes after Nike announced they'll be laying off over 700 employees across Tennessee and Mississippi.